What's cracking, people? Ananta here, and welcome back to Jak and Daxter. Well, Jak 2. I gotta get out the habit of calling Jak and Daxter 2 because it's just called Jak 2. Anyway, in the last one we did our first assignment for the Rebel Underground, and in this one we're going to keep going on with that plot line. The one thing I'm playing is on the PlayStation 4, which it's a PlayStation 4 collection, which recently I found the collection has a few issues, but to the best of my knowledge, they're not issues that are plagued by the PlayStation 4, if that makes any sense. I remember in Jak and Daxter there were some points where the audio would pop from the voice acting, but I remember that distinctly happening in the original Jak and Daxter. Like, so much so that I didn't pay much mind because I knew, because I was always so used to playing it. Because, fun fact, whenever I play games, I think I've mentioned this more than once, when I play games, I tend to marathon them if they're in a series. So, let's say I played Knights of the Republic 1, I will then immediately jump to Knights of the Republic 2. So I'm used to just going through this game. But now, so any of the issues that are present here are issues that were present in the original game, but I think it's more noticeable nowadays in our culture of high fidelity and very cutting edge graphics and high quality sound. So yeah, I wouldn't worry about it. Also, for a Rebel Underground, I would not, I mean, granted, you know, for us, since we're in, we'll notice this, but I don't think you want to have your logo plastered over your secret entrance. I'm just gonna put that out there.
Woo! Being a big hero sure makes you thirsty.
The Baron turned off all water to the slums. He's willing to sacrifice innocent lives just to destroy the underground. I shouldn't be surprised. I've seen his evil before while serving in the Crimson Guard. That's why I quit.
You were a Crimson Guard? Oh, that explains your charming sense of humor.
My friend in the Guard tells me the valve to turn the water back on is located outside the city, at the pumping station.
Outside the city? What about the security walls?
What about the metalheads? It ain't a petting zoo out there. Peeps be getting deep-sixed.
Find the large drain pipe in the north wall. It'll take you outside the city to the pumping station. Get to the main valve and open it. If you survive, the slums will be indebted to you. If not, maybe we'll have a touching moment of silence in your honor.
I'd like to give him a touching moment.
Oh my, Daxter. But yeah, so if I may go off on one more tangent about Jak's new direction here, it's cutscenes like that where Jak actually cracks a joke, has a smile, and actually shows a bit of humor that makes me look at all the complainers who didn't like the new that called this way too edgy and go, are you even paying attention to what's going on, or are you just focused on the setting? Because yes, the setting is very grim, very gritty. I will give you that. Well, when compared to what we got as an early entry into the series, I will wholeheartedly give you that. However, a setting is just a setting. It's what you do within that setting that really decides whether or not your story is edgy to hedgy, is to use an old Sonic phrase, or actually living and breathing. And the fact that Jak, even though his first words are, I'm going to kill Baron Praxis, right off the gate, the first words they give him when he can talk is, I'm going to kill this man who tortured me for 2 years, or at the very least held me prisoner for 2 years. And then afterwards he kind of shakes down an old man. The fact that he's still cracking jokes makes it very hard for me to believe that Naughty Dog was just going to make this game unnecessarily edgy. So yeah, I don't get the edgy complaints myself, but I understand that this still will put people off. And basically what you get to, like when the story really gets rolling, and I mean when it really gets rolling, you know, you're gonna have a lot of fun with the dialogue and the characters. Also, here comes.
Those are metalheads!
Well, as Daxter said, these are our introduction to our new enemies of the game. We had the Lurkers in Jak and Daxter. Now we got the Metalheads. And you may be wondering how Daxter knows about the Metalheads. Well, if you played only Jak 2, you can pretty much assume that Daxter knows about it because they mentioned it in passing in the opening cutscene with Baron Praxis, and if you pay attention to one of the guards, he mentions a guard named Errol. Well, we only ever see one guard who actually has a distinct, well, personality, as we'll call it, for right now. And Errol was very much a masculine name, so put two and two together, the guy that was pretty much threatening us is named Errol. So there you go. But as those two were mentioned, there is a species that is affecting the city called Metalheads. Well, these are the Metalheads, and as you can tell, we're beating them up. They're collecting these weird gold cylinder things, you know. Those will come into play later. Oh, as you can tell in the final corner there, we got our new mode, as some people call it Dark Jak. I'm gonna let you know right now, this is probably one of your most useful moves in the game. However, much like Kingdom Hearts 2, you don't really get it often enough, I find, to be useful. Try to let me. I am not into that, Jak. I'm going to stop the Jak puns. And what I mean by useful is that, in my experience with this game, there aren't a lot of points where you'll be faced with enough enemies that it will be useful, but when you do get those points, they are unbelievably useful, and this character is huge fun to use. Sometimes, like, so much so that even if I'm in an area where it's like I've played the game so many times, I know which areas are going to be you know, right before a big area, or I'm not going to get it for a while. I will still use it just because it is that fun to use. You know, consequences be danged. He bit me. Took my first bit of health loss. Oh no! I need to get hit by one of these things. But okay, so we're over here. But yeah, the Dark Jak mode you are going to enjoy when you get to it. But yeah, the Metalheads are your new main enemies, and Daxter knows about them because if you only play Jak 2, you can just assume it's just passing dialogue. Maybe he's seen a few in the 2 years he's been there.
Ah, the valve. Allow me.
Jak, help! Jak, help! Jak, please, help!
Don't say it. Don't even chuckle. Next time, you turn the valve.
This game is so edgy, I know, right, guys? But yeah, no. But yeah, if you only play Jak 2, you can just assume that Daxter learned about the Metalheads in passing in his time here. However, there was a tie-in game called Daxter, which was released, I want to say after Jak 2, but before Jak 3 on the PSP. And I haven't played it myself. I do plan on hopefully doing it for the channel at one point. But it's a nice little game that centers around Daxter, and is actually, from what I've seen, pretty good. It's a new icon on the map. There's a sword, and what appears to... When I was younger, I'm not gonna lie, I thought it looked like an old woman in the bottom left corner. But if you actually look at it real closely, you'll actually recognize the shape. And we will see it when we get there. You know, we're gonna get to it eventually. Since it's right here in the back corner, this lone little hut just off in the distance. I wonder what this could be.
Greetings, great warrior. I sense there is a dark rage burning within you, and in time, it will destroy you with its madness. Only the last power of the precursors can save you. Destroy my enemies, those creatures you call the Metalheads. Bring me 25 of their skull gems, and I will teach you how to control these powers.
And there we go. Now you press L2 to summon the Dark Jak power. This is just your tutorial to do it, but don't do it here because it does waste your mode. I made that mistake my first time through. But as he said, you will be given at various points in the game. Well, I said various points. Every time you go to him you will be given an upgrade for your Dark Jak mode, for your Dark power. And these upgrades range from incredibly useful to really weird. One of which I've actually never gotten before, because I'm going to let you know right now, unless someone else has done it beforehand, you can only really get this power in the post game. Which makes sense for what the power is, and I will talk about it when we actually get to the point where we've pretty much gotten all the powers we can from the Precursor's Oracle. You know? But yeah, so that's another ongoing side quest. And down here, we will see another bit of a side quest here. These are our special tasks throughout the game. So, if you will notice, in the original Jak and Daxter, we got a lot of our Precursor or Power Cell quests from just talking to NPCs in the world, giving them Precursor orbs for one thing, and also doing odd jobs for them. In this one, you don't get Power Cells for doing these odd jobs. You get Precursor orbs, and those Precursor orbs are used for something special. As we get further into the game, I'll eventually show it off, because right now there's not enough there to make it to really warrant it. Actually, you know what? I'm going to show it off right now. You go into your pause menu. You got this nice little wheel here. If you go to these question marks, you got secrets. This is where you're using Precursor orbs. You got essentially cheat codes and special options you can get. You know, hero mode is pretty much the hard mode of the game. You can get a scrapbook, big head mode, small head mode, and from the get-go you can turn Jak's goatee on or off. So if you toggle it on, Jak is now clean shaven. If you go back in and toggle it to off, he has a goatee. We're going to keep him goateed because that was the idea they're going for, and I'm sticking with it.
The slum's water is back on. I'd love to see the heads roll when the Baron finds out.
Yeah, I'm sure he's losing lots of sleep over this armpit of the city. We've done what you've asked. Now when do we see the shadow?
When I say so, if I say so. But before I even think about it, I want you to take care of an ammo dump we've ID'd in the fortress. Lots of Crimson Guards, constant patrols. We know it's vulnerable, and the underground needs you to blow up all the ammo you find inside. Get all of it, and we'll deal a body blow to the Baron.
You're sending us in, tough guy. So what's with this wheel dealer body blow stuff?
That's fine. I want the Baron to know that it's me who's hurting him.
Yeah. Also, I forgot to mention one thing. In the last one, we kind of had that thing where it's like, Jak's like, don't think about it. Don't say a word. Don't even chuckle. That's one of my favorite lines of dialogue ever. I don't care what it is. I don't know why. I just find it so funny, and it pretty much epitomizes their relationship. That even though Daxter knows that for the longest time Jack never talked, he knows that Jack is going to crack jokes at his expense. That tells you everything you know about the relationship. That even though he couldn't talk, he always ragged on Daxter when he got a chance. And the fact that he has a voice now makes Daxter realize, if I don't stop him now, he's gonna say something really funny, and I'm never gonna bounce back from. He's gonna roast me alive, as you do. You know, you got friends, you'll roast the mess out of them. Doesn't matter who they are. And now we're gonna come to one of the segments that, as a kid, I'll admit, as a kid I didn't like, but growing up now, not too bad. Right, I forgot. Being next to this thing actually rumbles my controller. As I really pulled up, I'm like, why's the controller rumbling? But no, I remember now why that's the case. Can we go back here? No, we can't, and I'm going to assume that is going to hurt. Probably some blue eco stuff. Maybe some blue eco, who knows? Okay. Where we going there? Gonna do this right here. And now, for a sequence that is actually that's pretty much going to test your reflexes. Bada bing, bada boom.
Unauthorized use of Fortress Door. Activating security tank.
Pretty much what you got to do is you got to avoid the guy's laser, because this thing will kill you in about 4 shots. I was not very good right there, and it will follow you to the ends of the earth. Yep, there you go. There you go. This section is legitimately pretty hard. And it is one problem that Jak 2 does have a problem with. And Jak and Daxter
Activating security tank.
I also like how the targeting reticule is the Crimson Guard. Got me. You gotta be careful because there's no real way to determine when it'll stop, because there you go. Okay, I forgot about this part. Forgot about it. Oh god. Oh boy. I forgot about that part. I was literally thinking, okay. I'm at a point now to where he can't shoot me. Then I realized, oh no, that's not the case. Okay, health. Yeah, so this thing will kill you in about 4 shots. And it will follow you relentlessly. So just keep that in mind. Lower the camera here. Oh crap. It's like my time in prison all over again. Oh boy. Yeah, that's the thing about Jak 2. The difficulty spike hits you pretty hard, pretty fast, and it is tense like all get out. And there are points where it will test your reflexes like you would not believe. Oh boy. Oh boy.
I'm bored. I want to crunch hands.
Banter.
It's S&M. There's no in between. You're busted.
No, you just caught these hands. But yeah, ooh, I'm sorry, my heart's still pounding from that. Yeah, there are going to be points in this game that I do understand are annoying, and okay, yeah, took one off the edge. I understand that, but I don't care. Also, these guards are all voiced by the exact same voice. That's because they're all voiced by Phil Lamar. The voice of Static Shock, John Stewart, Green Lantern, Bobby from Jimmy Neutron, and several other characters because the man's a G. I don't care what anybody says. But yeah, That tank sequence just reminded me of one of the more annoying parts of the last bit of the game. And oh boy, those of you who play the game know exactly what I'm talking about. But even that part's still very fun. Okay, before we go down there. Okay, so you gotta go down over here. So yeah, I was not gonna lie, I rounded that corner and thought, okay, I gotta run this corner, I'll be safe. I forgot that the tank follows you there. I made that mistake the very first time I played this game. You'd think I would learn by now, after having played this game so many times, and remember that. Nope. So, yeah. Oh boy.
Cool, that's a security pass. We need those to get through city checkpoints. Shh.
These barrels are the latest shipment of Eco. The Baron says take them and get out.
Metalheads in the city? Why are the guards giving them Eco?
And now for the hard part. So, what you got a red security pass.
That must be the ammo and missile Thorn told us to blow up.
So what you gotta do is you gotta, where's he going? There he is, okay. You gotta get that thing to target you just right.
Warning, missile cooling system.
Because it's just gonna shoot indiscriminately. It doesn't realize that it can't be shooting everything. You wanna get it lined up just right to shoot.
Missile systems at critical overload. Failsafe not responding. Danger. Warhead detonation imminent. Evacuating unit.
This place has too much excitement. We need to move back to the country.
And that's it. Yeah. I'll admit, when I got to that part the first time, I didn't realize what I was supposed to do. I discovered it completely by accident, which is a bit of good game design and bad game design, because it's very easy to get for a new player, especially someone as young as I was when I first played this game. I think I was like 9. I want to say I was like 9 when I first played this game. That is very easy to get lost at that point, but it's good enough that you'll understand what you're supposed to do when the tank I'm sorry, I confused myself there. When the battle tank actually blows up one of these silos by mistake. Because the game doesn't tell you, hey, you gotta use the tank to blow these up. It just says you gotta destroy the silos. Well, you got a tank there that's shooting at you. He's like, okay, what do I do? I don't have a gun. And bada bing, bada boom, blows it up itself. But yeah, so that's pretty much it for that mission. And that's it for our time in Jak 2. Catch us next time when we do a little bit more. Catch you later.